Hey there, it's Jody Sutter of the Sutter Company, and it's Just Ask Jody. It's that time when I take a question from an agency around an issue they're having with business development, and I'll answer that question in 4 minutes or less. And today the question is, how do we keep the dialogue open with a prospect after we've submitted the proposal? So here's the situation. This question came from quite a small agency, a very new agency. They're only a couple of years old, and I have a feeling they allowed their enthusiasm for pitching new business to get the better of them. They had met with a prospective client. That prospective client agreed to a meeting. The meeting went well, and at the end of the meeting, the client asked for a proposal. The agency duly complied. They went back, they wrote the proposal, and they submitted it. And then the client got back to them and said, "Thanks very much. We're reviewing a few more of these proposals. We'll get back to you." So the real question the agency is asking is, how do we keep the client engaged, and how do we push this towards a win? And my potentially disappointing answer is not much. There may not be much that you can do to re-engage and regain some control over this situation. And that's because my hunch is you didn't do enough advance work when the opportunity of the proposal was first mentioned. You want to start the process from the moment the client mentions there might be an opportunity to work together. You want to start it with a very clear questioning strategy. You want to get beyond BANT. If you're not familiar with BANT, it's an abbreviation for budget, authority, needs, timeline. It certainly gets you a lot of the information that you need, but I suggest you go deeper. I really want you to understand the motivations behind this request. What are the business issues that are causing the client to ask you to submit a proposal? And why and how are you going to be uniquely qualified to help them solve these business issues? And the reason I want you to do this is that this should be a collaborative dance between you and the client. It shouldn't be a one-way request where they ask you to submit a proposal and you lob it over the fence to them. When you can have this collaborative discussion early on, you will go from being the order taker to an expert who has the talent and know-how to solve their problems. And by demonstrating your value and by building trust with a client, you're going to find that they are now more invested in this process. But the question is about the follow-up, so let me address that. If you did do a halfway decent job at your initial questioning strategy, at having a collaborative dialogue with this client prior to submitting the proposal, then you probably have a pretty good idea of what the client has to gain if they move forward with this project and what's at stake, what they have to lose if they don't. So in your follow-up, what you might want to do is remind them what they told you about what they stand to gain by doing this work and what they stand to lose if they don't do this work. And by reminding them, you're making this communication client-centric. You are challenging them on what they told you about why this proposal was necessary now. And you're creating a much more potent message than that kind of anemic, just checking up message that sometimes we find we succumb to. Now, there's no guarantee they will respond, but if you've done a good job of getting them invested in this process, you're going to have more luck. That's it for now. If you've got a question for me for another Just Ask Jody, you can email me at jody@thesuttercompany.com.